Names are pretty important, aren't they? They can say or infer a lot of different things. Take New Jersey, for instance. It's called the Garden State, apparently to advertise all the land that can be used for agriculture, which is easy to forget about when you realise how densely packed NJ really is. California is known as the Golden State, which I thought was due to the constant sun and beautiful weather that the West Coast gets. But it's actually named after the gold rush that had folks hitting the road back in the mid-1800s. Virginia, today's destination, has a couple of different names. It's called the Mother of States, because it used to be a lot bigger before it was divided up to create the states that neighbour it today. It's also called the Old Dominion, which some believe comes from the fact that it was one of the first royal colonies of the evil British Empire. That colony was founded by Sir Walter Raleigh, and he was the guy who cooked up the name Virginia in the first place. And you'll never guess why he called it that.
We shall name it, of course, after our beloved Queen.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, sir.
Let it pass, and hail to this glorious land, Virginia! What?
Who's Virginia?
Why, the Queen of England, you dog!
Oh, right. Except, I don't know how to put this, but she's not called Virginia, is she? She's called Elizabeth.
I'm well aware of that, but she is, I trust you will agree, a virgin.
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure she is, but do we really want to name a country after that fact?
Okay, well, maybe I'll have a think about it. Oh, hang on. Remind me, who's the captain?
You are.
And whose boat is it?
Your boat.
Yeah, and who is it that decides what we call the,
You do.
Do I?
Yes.
Do I really?
Yes.
Welcome to Virginia.
We were going to Virginia's capital city, Richmond. We had a walk around Maymont Park first. There's a historic estate there, and you can walk around the grounds of the manor. Maymont apparently gets its name from the lady of the manor's maiden name, May. It was a beautiful place, but all I remember was the heat that day. It was sweltering. I had really overdressed with that hoodie. Afterwards, we headed into Carytown. I got myself a quick wardrobe change, and we had a stroll around this little bohemian district of Richmond. Richmond derives its name from French. It means Old Hill, but that's for the Richmond in the UK, Richmond upon Thames, a little town in West London. Richmond, Virginia is called that because someone thought it looked like Richmond upon Thames. And sure, there's a river that cuts through the city, but it certainly didn't remind me of the Thames. And something tells me this American city doesn't exactly have the same architecture as a little English town. It's not like that's the only instance of name stealing from the UK as well. There are lots of Manchesters and Birminghams sprinkled all over the US, it seems. Honestly, there really wasn't a lot of imagination going around with these explorers and pioneers, was there? I don't like to toot my own horn, but I think I have a knack for naming things. I've named both my pets with strong and fitting names. I also named my baby too, and I couldn't imagine them named anything else at this point. I can imagine it can be pretty stressful for some people trying to nail down and figure out the perfect name for their child. And it's understandable. You have so many hopes for them, and you want to give them that little bit of individuality as soon as they pop into existence. Names shape our perceptions and expectations. It's funny how something as simple as a name can connect us to the past, or give us a sense of identity. Whether it's a place that shares its name with an old English town, or a person carrying a name carefully chosen by loving parents. Names really are powerful.